Welcome to the first ever edition of the Teachers on Fire Awards, the top education voices of 2022. These are 7 content creators that you're going to want to add to your book lists and playlists. Let's get into it. For our first award, we're looking at the Education Book of the Year. Which book sparked your thinking and ignited your practice the most? And this didn't have to be a book published in 2022, just a book that impacted educators in 2022. Here is what they said. It came down to Building Thinking Classrooms in Mathematics at grades K through 12 by Dr. Peter Liljedahl. I couldn't agree more with this outcome. I led a book study at my campus on this exact book in 2022, and no, I did not influence the outcome of these votes, but it was an impactful book, a revolutionary read, and yes, it has impacted our practice. I know we can't always say that is true, but it certainly did that for me and for my colleagues. I promise you're going to be doing so much thinking about your practice and your instructional decisions in the classroom. Building Thinking Classrooms takes our 2022 Teachers on Fire Book of the Year Award. Our second award goes to the Education Facebook Group of the Year. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who goes to Facebook, Tim? I mean, who really lives there? Well, a lot of educators in the last 5 years. As a matter of fact, professional learning has been moving to Facebook groups. Not exclusively, but a lot of people have been hanging out there and having really rich conversations. This award, no surprise, goes to the very same book and author. There's a Facebook group for it. It's Building Thinking Classrooms. And I'll tell you this, it is about 37,000 members strong. This group has been host to a lot of learning conversations, and I know the author, Dr. Peter Liljedahl, couldn't be happier with what is happening there. So join the Building Thinking Classrooms Facebook group. You won't be disappointed. Our third Teachers on Fire Award for 2022 went to the Education Instagram account of the year, and this was a tight race, but in the end, George Couros emerged the winner. You'll find him at Couros, and let me tell you a little bit about George if you're not familiar. George puts out weekly content that is enjoyed by thousands of educators. He's got over 250,000 followers on Twitter. That tells you something. He's a renowned speaker, author, and blogger, newsletter writer, you name it. He's doing it all. He's actually a podcaster and a YouTuber as well. Recently moved from Edmonton to Florida. Wonderful guy. He's also, interestingly enough, shared a lot on his Instagram account about his personal journey with weight loss. And that's been tangential to his education journey, but of course the two impact each other. He's been very transparent about what that journey has looked like for him, and I promise you'll find his message encouraging and inspiring. So make sure you check out at Couros on Instagram. For our fourth Teachers on Fire Award for 2022, we move into a space that is near and dear to my heart, and that is the Education Podcast of the Year. This voting was intense, and I saw a lot of votes come in for podcasts that I am very familiar with, including Natalie Vardabasso's EduCrush, the Tom Schimmer podcast, Alfonso Mendoza's My EdTech Life, and House of EdTech by Chris Nessie. All really good podcasts. But in the end, the one that emerged the winner was Control the Chaos EDU. And that one is hosted and created by Stephanie Howell and Tara Ruckman. At Control the Chaos EDU, Stephanie and Tara engage in real conversations around instructional strategies, today's classroom, the nature of learning, and teacher wellness. Recent episodes have included Use Student Excitement to Your Advantage, Taking Back Your Winter Break, and The Power of a PLN with Ivo Hannon. Upgrade your learning experience in 2023 by adding Control the Chaos EDU to your playlists on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. The fifth Teachers on Fire Award of 2022 goes to Education Speaker of the Year, and that award was won by Dr. Peter Liljedahl. That's right, if you've been listening so far, it's no surprise that Dr. Peter Liljedahl is taking this award. Educators find a ton of value in what he has to share. There's no question about that. Dr. Peter Liljedahl is a professor of mathematics education in the Faculty of Education and an associate member in the Department of Mathematics at Simon Fraser University in Vancouver, Canada. He has authored or co-authored 13 books, 41 book chapters, 39 articles, and over 50 conference papers. A former high school mathematics teacher, Liljedahl has kept his research work close to the classroom. His scholarly interests include creativity, insight, and discovery in mathematics teaching and learning, the professional growth of mathematics teachers, and engaging student thinking. He consults regularly with schools, districts, and ministries of education on issues of teaching and learning, assessment, and numeracy. If you're ready to rethink mathematics, education, education in general, and hear a message that stands out from the crowd, Dr. Peter Liljedahl is your guy. The 6th Teachers on Fire Award of 2022 goes to the Twitter Educator of the Year. And Twitter, of course, is a place that I go every day to find more inspiration. I wanted to know from educators on Twitter who is really sparking your thinking and igniting your professional practice on the most consistent basis. And that answer came back loud and clear: Stephanie Howell. That's right, the co-creator and producer of Control the Chaos EDU. The podcast is also our Twitter Educator of the Year. You'll find her at Mrs. Howell24. Just like Control the Chaos EDU, Stephanie's Twitter account is a similar flow of positive ideas, shares, and practical resources for teachers. With 25,000 followers and counting, Stephanie has a proven track record of delivering value. Make sure you follow her on Twitter at Mrs. Howell24. And the 7th Teachers on Fire Award for 2022 goes to the Education YouTube channel of the year. This one taken by Gold EDU. Well, who creates Gold EDU, you might ask? And it's no big surprise, it's operated and created by Stephanie Howell. So congratulations, Stephanie, on Gold EDU. You are leading the way for a lot of educators. What will you find when you visit Gold EDU and subscribe, I might add? She says, we want to transform education to help educators use technology in powerful ways. And that's exactly what Stephanie delivers. Her video feed includes a mix of timers for the classroom, task trackers, tutorials, things like how to use Google Earth, and conversations with other educators. If you're looking to get more from your education YouTube account, Gold EDU is a must subscribe. Thank you for joining me on this first ever edition of the Teachers on Fire Awards. This was a really fun project that I wanted to give a try here at the end of 2022, and I was really pleased that 86 educators responded to my survey on Twitter and LinkedIn and other places, and I'm hoping that as the years go by, we'll be able to build a little bit of momentum and actually shine a bigger spotlight on those educators who are not just putting out fluff, but actually sparking real thinking, learning conversations, and shaping instructional practice for our students in the classroom. And so thank you if you are one of the 86 who responded to the survey. Thank you for your votes and contributions and thoughts and your ideas for next year. Speaking of which, some of the ideas for next year include having a TikTok education account of the year. That's a possibility. A blog or website of the year. That's also a possibility. And maybe even an education conference of the year award. And that's also a very good suggestion and a very real possibility. So I'm already excited about who's going to win these awards in 2023. Maybe it will be you. And if so, thank you for your service and contribution to educators around the world. To all of the award winners above, thank you for everything you did to share your ideas and inspiration in the education conversation throughout 2022. I hope you'll stick around for 2023. I can't wait to meet next year's awards and do this project one more time. I hope you'll join me. And until that time, thank you for everything you do. Keep that fire for learning burning bright, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.